Hello, everyone. So today we are going to talk about Abia State, Alex Oti. Yes, Alex Oti once again in the news. The budget, the 2024 budget is out, and 84% is allocated to capital expenditure. Let's let's take a breather for a moment. Capital expenditure 84%. That's 84% is going to be used on projects that are going to be done. Let me read this tweet from Kalu Aja. He's an economist, I think he is. He's always talking about analyzing budgets and stuff like that. And so he said Abia State 2024 budget size 567 billion, capital expenditure 476 billion, and he said wow. Recurring expenditure 166 billion. So those recurring ones like salaries and all of those things that they use, so those ones are this 166 billion, which normally what we normally have. Most times they put more money in recurring expenditure than they put in the capital expenditure. And he says this is the first budget, according to him, according to Kadu Aja. He said this is the first budget I have seen in Nigeria with an 84% allocation to capital expenditure with a specific focus on road construction. What this means is that Governor Otis administration is going to, for next year, is going to be mainly focused on road construction. So they're going to be doing a lot of roads around Abia State. I know I knew someone that was from Abia State that had stayed with me and he always complained about the fact that roads were not good. I mean, when he came to the north, we were in Kaduna at that time. He was always like, oh, there are so many good roads in Kaduna and all of that. But that in Abia, there weren't that many good roads. This was some years ago. And so what Alex Oti is doing right now is to focus on those road construction. And Kalu said this means local jobs, value addition, stimulative consumption. Hopefully, this maximizes productivity in the state and then drives wealth creation. He now said Alex Oti is making 1 plus 1 equals to 11. And he hopefully was saying that he hoped to see the soft copy available so as to enable deeper analysis of the thing that is going. And so mindful to say, yes, it's a deficit budget. So it's a budget that they have to borrow. They have to borrow money. So the meaning the balance will be borrowed from external sources. And the thing is this, borrowing is never a problem. And I think it's in some of the messages that Mr. Peter Obi has passed, that was exactly what he was saying. He kept saying also that the issue is not borrowing. The issue is always, what are you borrowing for? If you are borrowing money just to go and be paying salaries, or borrowing money to eat it, borrowing money to waste it, that's nonsense. But if you're borrowing money to build things, to construct things that are going to be there and be used for the future, and then you can pay back over time, that is actually smart borrowing. So what he's trying to do now is to say, okay, 80 something percent. So by the time they are building, definitely it's going to drive a lot of things in that place. It's going to increase, like we saw here. It's going to mean local jobs are going to be available. They're going to use people around there. Even the people that are going to come and work, they're going to buy things. People are going to be paid. They will have more monies in their hands. When they have more monies in their hand, they're going to spend it in the economy. And so there's going to be a boost in that whole economy. This governance is not rocket science, not the way some of the corrupt politicians we've had over time have tried to make it look as if, oh, it's one rocket science, it's something that can't be done. All that it's needed is for there to be, for there to be a leader who has empathy and who has feelings for the people, who cares about the people and the people to enjoy what he or she is also enjoying. And so we continue to watch, and really it's such a beautiful thing to see Alex Oti doing all of this, and hopefully he stays on this track and he gives us a new level of leadership that people should aspire for. Enough of always having to compare with the ones that aren't doing anything. So yeah, Abia State, keep going. Hopefully, other states also get inspired and motivated to do the right thing for their people. So, Governor Alex Oti, kudos to you. Well done.